get things go. We are live. What's happening, Crypto Farm? Happy Wednesday. It's Wednesday, innit? Wednesday. 2 days till camping. Good morning. Welcome back to Love for Crypto. I'm Scott. It's a pleasure to have you here. I appreciate you taking the time out to consume the content, whether you're going to tune in very shortly, live, or whether you watch it in the future. I appreciate you. So thank you. I want to talk today about this new Lenovo stuff because I keep saying that, like, this cold an agenda's being pushed here regardless of what is going on in the background. Morning Ella, morning Stephen. Yeah, I want to talk about, right, I'm going to leave away whether COVID actually exists or not, whether the virus actually exists or not, the conspiracies, all that, we're leaving that alone this morning. But what I do want to cover is the clear agenda that's now being pushed because of it. And again, whether it's real or not, the fear is real. The fear is real. And the fear is being used to push an agenda. Now, I want you to think to yourself, how many people do you think you would have found 12 months ago that wouldn't shake the hands of someone they know? 12 months ago. Hardly anyone. Everyone's going to shake hands, going to have a hug, going to kiss each other on the cheek and all that. No danger. Now, more people will not shake your hand. They're crossing the road so they don't have to pass you on the pavement, stepping on the road. They're coming to actually want a world that they would have shied away from 12 months ago. Morning, Boo. Morning, R-Star. I've actually got the laptop here, Boo. So when I'm done very shortly with crypto, I will be booting that up to try and show you the OBS stuff on it. I think I've still got OBS on it. Should have. But basically, yeah. How many people, I don't want robots serving me and Greg's, I don't want this. 12 months ago, we was doing the videos telling you that automation's coming. Autonomous machines and all that are going to take over the restaurants, the service, the waiters' jobs, the servers' jobs, the cooks' jobs, and making your brewing Greg's. They're going to take all the jobs, and everyone's like, nah, we want people. What be served off people? Do you? Do you now? How many's changed that tune? From now being like, yeah, rather there was a robot running McDonald's, it's going to be cleaner. They're not doing all that and then making you the double cheeseburger. Because even if they could do that with gloves on, mate, they got lab gloves. Have you seen lab gloves? When you put lab gloves on, they're folded over at the top. So when you first touch the glove, you touch the top of the glove, it's folded over, so you're actually touching the inside of the glove. You pull the glove on, right? And then you pull the other glove on, and then that glove is touching the inside of that glove, right? And then you put that glove on, and then you roll the tuck down. So you've only touched the tuck inside where your sleeve, where your wrist is. The rest of the gloves have been untouched from human skin at all. Can't just be going, grabbing, opening a cupboard and grabbing a pair of gloves and putting them on and thinking they're clean. Come on, lad. But people's perception's changing. And what's Lenovo doing? Well, yeah. Lenovo launches Internet of Things unit to help businesses reopen offices. It's based in RTP. Right, so Lenovo is rolling out today a new suite of back-to-work solutions focused on the Internet of Things capabilities to help businesses reopen offices and operations despite ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. The group, according to the efforts, is based in the Triangle, where Lenovo operates one of its two headquarters as well as its server business group. For the past decade, IoT solutions have promised great results but haven't delivered. Said, I say they haven't delivered because people didn't want it. People didn't want to be served off robots mostly. It's another thing no one really cares about. You know what I mean? They don't care about central banks and what they're doing in the SEC and that. But IoT is going, when you talk about machine-to-machine payments, what do you think these machines are? It's every machine and device within the Internet of Things that's got capabilities and functionalities with ILP APIs and other protocols. So as the number one PC maker, I didn't even know that, Lenovo number one PC maker apparently, Lenovo is in a unique position to understand what it takes to manage electronic components spread around the world. We build on our global strength in services and supply chain and layer on industry-first IoT management software and a proven partner ecosystem to help customers finally get the value they've always wanted from IoT, quickly and hassle-free. The suite is called Think IoT Back to Work Solutions. Offering includes technology design to control who gets into the location, manage behaviors within the space, prepare to respond to incidents. Like your house, that keeps saying personal ledger, control who gets in your house, manage behaviors within the space, your kids and your spends and stuff and your chores, prepare to respond to incidents, robot hoover, ready to hoover up when there's a spillage. Stuff like this. This is not just enterprise, guys. Keep trying to say it. It's always going to sell it as enterprise. They're always going to say, oh, we're building enterprise blockchain solutions. But make no mistake, it can be used in your fucking house. Morning, Daniel. Crypto brother. Morning, Chris. Route to Telford. At least the paper's coming in, bro. That's the only thing that fucking matters, mate. Put me off Mackies. Seriously though, mate, like people not long ago, people was like, oh, I don't want fucking serving off a robot. Don't want robots taking over all the jobs. Whereas now everyone's like, don't want fucking serving off her. Her hair's a mess. She looks a scruff. She's sweating her back out. Or him. Didn't have to be a woman. Included are what Lenovo describes as a set of end-to-end, pre-tested and validated IoT solutions incorporating carefully selected and proven hardware and software partners. Those including CX App, Inspixon, L2, OpenPath, Relogix, and Viper Imaging. Here's how Lenovo defines the offerings. Touchless building access. Modern access control that allows touchless access. Phone-based authentication, easy cloud management, and integrations with legacy access control systems and IoT solutions. Been about for years that. I used to do door access, egress and shit, right? They've had touchless building access for as long as I've had the fobs and the cards for the card readers. You just offered a fob to a reader. The difference is it's going to become the phone. So when you set up your ID at your workplace, you're going to link to your phone, and then your phone's going to open doors for you. Supper Gora, morning, Carl, what pa? Elevated temperature screening. Thermal screening solutions using US Food and Drug Administration cleared thermal cameras to identify elevated body temperature in individuals as they go through access points. Why does your employer need your temperature? That is interesting. You're not missed much, Alan and Agora. I am legitimately just going over the fact that I think the current situation is being used as part of an agenda to push the digital revolution and Internet of Things, autonomous. How many people do you know 12 months ago that wouldn't have got in a self-driving car, but would now think, actually, if I get in a self-driving car, there's no driver that might have COVID. I'm in it on my own. I'd actually rather get in that now. How many people are changing the tunes off being served off a human to now actually rather a machine make the burger because the machine don't pick its nose, and the machine don't pick its ears. Do you know what I mean? And it don't like its mouth like that, and then carry on with your cheeseburger. It don't open cupboards and before it touches the fucking glove, you know, it don't scratch its ass basically. Morning, James. Digital signage and policy communication. Integrated digital communication and content management solution to effectively communicate policies and information to your workforce. Has the hospital not had an LED digital signage for fucking decades? Like, they're talking like all this is new. It's not new. It's pushing an agenda. Safe workspace monitoring. Office occupancy monitoring solution with granularity to a seat level to comply with social distancing protocols and identify workspace utilization for target cleaning. I mean, they're going to have chips in the chairs that make sure the chairs are a certain distance apart. Am I reading that right? The chair's going to be like, bro, we're too close to Jimmy. He's fucking 80 centimeters away. Move, quick. Move to the left 20 centimeters so we're not too close to Jimmy. What the fuck's going on? Thumbs up, everyone, Cora. You know the dance. Interesting. On-premises contract tracing. Employee and visitor tracing using existing Wi-Fi network to monitor workspace zone health and enable a focused response in the event of an incident. So what was I saying yesterday about your apps that are monitoring your heart rate and all that? And if you have an accident at the moment, you have to get to a point where you either get the phone like, I need help. You push a red button that sets an alarm off. You this, that. Well, why is that not the censoring alarms? Especially for me passing out. Or for me having an heart attack. Surely my phone's the best monitor now to monitor me having an heart attack and a regular heartbeat. Phone or watch can be like, yo, his heart ain't right and he's not moved in fucking 2 minutes. When moon, Dad? I don't know. 2025. Exactly, boo. It's a load of propaganda pushing an agenda. This is what I'm saying. It's not like it's even needed, is it? It's not like it's even new tech. How is a digital signage new tech? Like we haven't had digital signage. It's not saying augmented reality signage. It's not saying VR signage, mixed reality signage. Digital signage. You've got that at the hospital telling you how long the waiting time is. We've had them in the hospital for as long as I can remember. On-premises contact tracing. Contact tracing. How long till that's off premises or you can't work there? Trackered van. Oh, not tracking me when I leave work. Well, I've got news for you, mate. They do on construction workers with the trackered vans, so I'm afraid your phone's getting tracked. You work for a certain company, and if you don't want to be tracked, if you don't subscribe to the on-premise contact tracing and then soon to be off-premises, go and find a new job. You're not working here anymore. Is that fair? The media is the virus, totalitarian world, Orwellian shit in it, mate. It's a massive conspiracy. This is what I mean now. That Agora. They want to distract from the global financial reset, so they go more economic reset. They go more over agenda this, agenda that, pandemic. Customers can choose what's most important to them and mix and match solutions based on their desired outcomes. Lenovo servers as the one-stop shop for deploying and managing these back-to-work solutions. You can build your own server at home, own personal private ledger and server at home, and start constructing all your sensors and indicators and all that yourself, or you could get Lenovo's and let them. Phone in a Faraday parked outside the house, no tracking or tracing. I don't agree with that, boo. I don't fucking agree with that, me. People shouldn't be out of line like that. Put your phone in a Faraday cage. Also, it's alright for paedophiles to do that as well. That enabling paedophiles to continue to hide. Hey, Faraday cage. Hey. Oh, some kid got brutally fucking raped and murdered in an alley on Friday night and can't figure out who it was because his phone was in a Faraday cage. Bullshit. I'm telling you now, this is why I'm scared to have kids, because if I have kids and that happens to him, and I'll turn around and say the technology was there to stop it, I'm taking heads off, mate. I'm taking fucking heads off. I'm not playing games. I'm not fucking about. If something happens to me mum, my sister, anyone I love, and it becomes in the next couple of years onwards, and it becomes a crime that I know technology could have prevented, possibly. I'm not going to say it's going to stop it completely, but possibly prevented. I'm taking fucking heads off. I'm not playing games at that point, me. It's right, James. It's all look here, or look at the propaganda. Be scared of this. Be divided by this. Don't unite. Don't unite, because we'll lose. We're losing our grip. We're losing our power. Please stay divided. Please stay angry and sad. And please consume as much as you possibly can. Don't think. I don't think it's okay to track anyone without good reason. Well, I've got a good reason, boo. Humans can't be trusted. There's your fucking reason. It is. I'm sorry, but it is. Humans cannot be trusted. 3 people killed in a party over a week of Reading. Humans can't be trusted. They can't be fucking trusted. A girl raped in Manchester the other night at an illegal rave. Illegal rave. Humans can't be trusted, boo. There's your reason. We've got paedophile rings. How's that not a good enough reason? Because it's not my kid. Because it's not your kid. Because Madeline McCann want yours. Come on, man. Something's got to give. Something's got to fucking give. You're just waiting until it just becomes your kid and then get pissed off. Nah. Got to be pissed off that the neighbour's kids got took. Got to be pissed off that some African kids got took. Some Australian kids got took. We've got to be pissed off when kids get took. And I'm willing to wear the fucking chip and show where I go so no more kids get took. Can't have kids in this world, me. Comply. Wrongdoers have to comply. Everyone's a wrongdoer, boo. Everyone breaks the law. But not everyone's held accountable for it. Don't talk to me like no one speeds. Everyone fucking speeds on the road, in the car, minimum. No one's a responsible driver. How many people check the reverse lights and the brake lights before they left in the car this morning? Do you know what I mean? How many people check that your fucking brake fluid was still topped up and that you had coolant in your radiator? No one's even a responsible driver. Wrongdo. Everyone's a wrongdoer. Everyone. Everyone's broke a rule during COVID. We all have. I'm a wrongdoer. Illegal. My vice is illegal. Oh, if only I was on fucking alcohol, I'd be like, you know what I mean? It's bullshit. Who's a wrongdoer? Me, just because my vice is illegal and alcohol's not. Oh, and the sheep rolling out, and it's gonna be absolutely crazy. Negative news, state of fear, keep people suppressed with low. Suppressed / oppressed. It really, really is. Let them track him, Agora. Let them track him. We can find out what Boris Johnson's spending all his money on as well. And we can find out what all the politicians spend their expenses on. BBC needs tearing down, mate. That's all I fucking know. The government cannot be trusted either. Tracking starts with everyone, James. Everyone. Again, I've said before, I'll have my chip fitted when I see Boris Johnson having his fitted as well. Done. Once everyone's got one, I'll have one like that, mate. But I don't want to get one and then be left, and then other people are not forced to have one, like the paedophiles, because Boo wants a phone to be untracked, so paedophiles can rob kids. And I'm not saying it's Boo's fault. I'm saying people with that mindset, you're enabling paedophilia. You just are. Like, why is the dark web still up? Why is someone not like doing everything in their power to basically destroy and take down the dark web? Because the system wants it. The Rothschilds want it. The paedophiles want the dark web. They need it. But oh no, it's not coming fucking down. You've never been in trouble, boo, doesn't mean you've never broken a law. Just because you haven't been in trouble doesn't mean you didn't break a law at any point in your life. Let's have it right. And we don't know that you didn't break a law because you wasn't tracked. So I don't know. How do I know? I don't know you hadn't broken a law. Prove it. You can't. You can't prove you didn't break a law just because you haven't been arrested. That's bullshit. Fucking bullshit. I know people who've almost killed people and have not broke the law because they haven't been in trouble, i.e. I didn't get caught. No, loads of people like that. The day I got caught for theft, I didn't even steal anything. I was a fucking lookout sat in a bush while two other lads went on a roof and robbed led. I was the only one who got caught. I'm just like, I didn't know the lads, didn't know who they were. Just fucking met them in the pub, pissed up, made a mistake. I'm sat in a fucking bush and I got done for theft for sitting in a bush. Sitting in a bush. I was part of the theft, don't get me wrong, but I'm sitting in a bush. I almost guarantee you broke the law some way, shape or form. You broke at least, everyone has broke at least one law in their life and they can't prove to me they haven't. Because sadly they're not tracked. If you was tracked, you could prove it. But you can't prove it, so I don't believe it. Nothing against you, boo. It's against the system. I guarantee there's a small, tiny law that you broke. I don't care whether you was driving 32 mile an hour in a 30, you broke the fucking law. Like driving 35 mile an hour in a 30 limit, you broke the law. Do you know what I mean? Parking on double reds for just 5 minutes, you've broke the law. Like, never had a parking fine, parking ticket, nothing like that. It's criminal, it's legality. You broke a law. You broke a rule. It's like, oh, it is hot today, Sean. Oh, what to call you now? We've seen you on Facebook. I'll protect people's identities, don't you worry. I actually signed, I'm not allowed to give people's data away, so for the record, I can't give people's data away without your permission, so you're safe. Operation Eye Jump, Operation Paperclip, Blue Beam, Monarch, Mind Control, Operation Blue Planet, Project Blue Planet, or Operation Blue. Either way, there's like 150 species of fucking alien in the book. Some of them are drawn as well. Wow. Reptilians in it, the Greys are in it. I have, Alan, broken laws, and I still break them now when I go and pick cannabis up and bring it home to my house. It's actually illegal to smoke cannabis in my own fucking garden because I still break the law daily. It's fucking bullshit. So what's right and wrong? It used to be legal to own a slave. Fuck's sake, what's right and wrong? I know I'm not saying all the laws are right. I'm saying that as a moral society, we should be sticking to them or changing them if we don't agree with them. It's simple. And the only way you can actually prove shit is tracking it. I don't care what anyone says. You've got to track to prove stuff. Interesting. Everything is vibration, you know, James. Everything. Free man movement birth certificate is a security. State cloud from the last time. Why should I be treated as a criminal, boo? I'm rehabilitated under the Rehabilitation of Offenders Act 1974, but I'm still treated like a criminal. I can't get a driving job because of the drink driving and stuff in the past. Can't get a job in security or alarms anymore because of the theft. So why am I still treated like a criminal? Why have they still got my DNA and all that? I'm rehabilitated under a fucking act. So yeah, I'm sorry, but if they still treat me like a criminal, then I can treat anyone I want like a criminal because they can't prove to me they're not a criminal. just because you haven't been caught. It's bullshit. That's not proving you're not a criminal. You can't prove it. You legitimately can't prove you've never done crimes against anyone else. You can't prove it, boo. So don't believe it. And I know you, and I tend to believe you because I know who you are and I trust the person you are. But on the internet, now if I start taking your word for it, I have to take Tom, Dick, and Harry's word for it as well, and just trust what they say as well, because they can't prove it, just as much as you can't prove it. I can't prove I'm rehabilitated. I just haven't been caught in 5 years, if you want the right, correct terminology. I haven't been caught doing anything illegal for 5 years, so I'm now rehabilitated in everything I've ever done. I could still be doing shit, just not being caught for it. Let's have it right. And I was supposed to know what everyone's doing. So China makes a law, you can't talk bad about the government, and you just brought the law. What now? I don't give a fuck, Ella. Like, maybe say England, because I don't live in fucking China, mate. So if you want my opinion on that, maybe say England makes a law, you can't talk bad about the government, and you just broke the law. What now? That law would start a civil war in England, mate. Like fucking that. You think the riots we've seen recently are bad? Go and pass that law in the UK, mate, and watch the civil war blow up. Absolutely fucking immediately. Because I'll be walking down there to tell them what I think of it. 100%. I'm almost ready to go and tell them what I think of inheritance tax and everything, mate. But start bringing laws like that out that mean I'm going to get nicked if I say Boris is a dick. You can get fucked, mate. That's not going to wash. That is not going to wash. Now, somewhere like China, I don't know what the fuck had happened, mate. Completely different ball game, that. Got done with fatherhood sitting in a bush. Fucking hell, Carl. Jaywalk's not illegal in England, Alan. But could have jaywalked in another country where it's actually illegal. My mum jaywalked in America, got pulled for it. The cop was like, "What you doing?" And when my mum went, "What do you mean?" He went, "Oh, where are you from?" She's like, "England." She's like, "It's your first time here?" She's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, you just jaywalked, you're not allowed to do it. Make sure that you cross properly." Like, fucking first day in America. I don't know how many days she'd been in America. That was bullshit, but like, she'd not been in America long. She got pulled. Did she get pulled for smoking as well? I'm pretty sure she was smoking on the street in New York, and someone's come up to her like, what are you doing? Can't smoke on the street. You've got to get to the designated areas. Mum's like, what? Fucking crazy. Tim Tam. Yeah, there's got to be. I'm just going to go into Parliament, me, to make sure they all know that democracy through consensus is possible and that technology can vastly reduce crime, in my opinion. I'm looking at it objectively. Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it? I want people to think about all the people who break a law and sit there for minutes, hours, days sometimes, weeks sometimes, thinking, "Can I get away with this? Can I get away with this?" And they don't plan to do the crime. They plan like the plan to do the crime's about that big. The plan to get away with it is fucking 3 times bigger than you plan to actually do it. So they spend all this time trying to get away with it. You bring in a system that means they're never going to get away with it. Then people don't even start thinking about getting away with it. They just don't do it. They don't do it. They don't do it. Because there's no chance of getting away with it. Now, the people that don't give a fuck and actually want to be caught doing it, they don't even want to get away with it. There is no fucking plan to get away with it. You're just walking in the fucking Arndale and taking 10 heads off until they get fucking arrested or killed. Like, not what the fuck is going through them heads. I don't know. You're never going to stop them doing crime because they want to be caught. That's different. All the people that don't want to be caught, that sit there contemplating, "Oh, need to make sure I get away with this because I can't be getting fucking caught." Then people will stop doing crimes almost absolutely immediately. Pretty much like 75% of them just stop doing crimes once they're put on tag, and you have the 25% that don't give a fuck, like, take me to jail, I don't give a shit. Like, they can just go and live somewhere else. Not allowed to dream anymore. See, like, do you think, right, if people's having thoughts, we spoke about thought and intent the other day, what do you think the global consensus would be on that? So if people police themselves against thought crimes, what people think the global consensus would be if someone just sat in their house and like, fucking love to kill that cunt. And then beep, beep, someone's fought a murder, someone's fought a murder. It's a dangerous game to be going down that. You just had a little thought. People aren't going to... That's a bit of a... Ooh. Yes, James, can I come too? Morning, Chris XRP. Jaywalking is such a pathetic law. At least you guys don't have to worry about that crap by jaywalking in front of the cops with a grin. But they don't care about it. Yeah, jaywalking is just weird, mate. You ever come up with that law? Oh, you can't cross the road like that. Or we're going to fine. You get fined for it in America. That's just weird. Weird. Yeah, most people's thoughts are just programmed. But I can't see the world agreeing to arrest someone because of a thought they had. Not the current world. Maybe like post 2050. But not for the next. You're not going to be surprised if that's in within like the next 30 years that we see something like that. I've got to take DMT, mate. Your own heart. You go in that room of judgment and judge yourself, mate. It's fucking hardcore. Like, you feel another presence, but it's fucking you. And you're like, I'm a meeting, Mr. What's going on? Like, you've been a fucking dickhead. You're like, I'm sorry. Oh, please. Please. Love me. Oh, it's fucking crazy. But iBoga is supposed to be even worse. At least DMT takes you to like the cosmic, the collective consciousness and the cosmic consciousness. iBoga is legitimately the cosmic you, your cosmic self. This is the thing, Chris. Your only concern is who decides who's guilty and not. What makes you so confident and reassured that judges get that power now, mate? And juries? You're not concerned about the current system, considering that's done exactly like. How's it? Look at how it's done now. You have a jury, you have a judge, you have a magistrate. Like sometimes you don't even have a jury, and it's fucking one person's decision. One person's decision, is that one? How's that right? Right, the judge like tweeting out, yo, got this guy in here, fucking robbed a fucking shop, didn't he, the cunt. He was only trying to feed his kids and all that though. I'm thinking 2 months to 2 years. What's everyone's thoughts? Let's have a poll. And then the country actually decides how long the guy gets, or if he's even fucking getting any time. It's weird that. Who decides who's guilty and not? You get the jury increases. It's just a bigger jury, isn't it? It's a global, a national. It's either a local, national, or global jury. Interesting. As fuck. Mate, James, when you go in there, tell me you've not already booked that. I need to be doing that. You need to let me come along, man. You quit because no one wants to keep learning that everything is one. I do. Mate, there's bigger questions I need to answer. I need answering. I need answering. I want to know what happens after we go back to the absolute. I need to know am I pinned to this planet? Am I pinned to the collective consciousness of Gaia? Is that what's actually happening? And every time I reincarnate in a samsara cycle, I come back to Gaia, or come back to Earth, or can I be reincarnated on another planet? It's all right saying no one wants to keep learning that everything is one. No, well, I do. I do. I know everything on Earth is one, but is it just one with Gaia? Or is it one with the whole absolute? Is Gaia like an archangel and we're part of her? And we're all part of the absolute? Mate, for crooks governments, look everywhere. You're voting heads or tails of the same fucking coin all the time, and all they're asking you is heads or tails. It's the same system, same coin, same fucking corrupt motherfuckers. And all they do is say, heads or tails. It's the same agenda, same fucking people, different terminology, different way of talking, different way of saying it. But it's heads or tails of the same coin. It's all fucking lies. Akashic Records, that's where it, yeah. But again, are they segregated into files? So you have the records of Earth, the records of Gliesa 581, the records of Vulcan, the records of Kronos and the Klingons, the records of Romulus. Do you know what I mean? Is it records of everyone? Are they separate? I know it's mate. You don't know. I don't know. I'm not saying you don't know. I don't know. So I'll take more DMT and that to try and find out. I've looked into karma and yoga. DMT got me deeper into all that, mate. Do you know how hard it is to become enlightened? Especially at 36 when you've lived the life I have. Do you know how hard that fucking is? It's extremely fucking hard. Onto them yogi. People talk about yoga. Don't sit there and tell me that you've been on a DMT trip through fucking yoga meditating and you're only like 26 years old. Because I've got to say you're bullshitting. And I'm not the kind of person who says you fucking liar. But Buddhist enlightenment and yogi enlightenment to open your chakras, to feel your chi, to open your chakra. That's extremely advanced meditation. You ain't learning that in 2 to 5 years. You're not. It's not happening. It's my beliefs and opinions, this, guys. I'm not saying this is fucking fact that you can't do it in 2 years. And when you see these fucking yogis and their hair is down to the fucking ankles, wrapped around the fucking head because they've not had it cut in 20 years and they've been going to this place where they sit in a cave for fucking days, if not weeks. So he studied Vida for 20 years. Now I'm right. Yeah, we've officially left the crypto talk now, Gordo, for the time being anyway. It's because I wanted to challenge your fucking karma yogic fucking knowledge, mate. 20 years is good. I spent 10 years in India learning yoga. Well, can she do a natural induced DMT trip, mate? And actually have a DMT experience without smoking or vaping DMT? Do you understand how advanced that is? You've got to be I don't know anyone who would be like, can learn that below in less than a decade. I'm like, come on, dickhead. Don't chat shit to me. A Gordo's clearly like 2 decades on it. Yeah. Fucking hell, yeah. You research something like that for 2 decades and you're good enough at it and you isolate enough. Yeah. I'll easy say like, yeah. But, and then Jason's over half, 10 years in India, actually 10 years in India, not 10 years learning about India, in fucking India, meeting the yogis and that. Again, better than some cunt on Google for 6 months thinking he can fucking, I've been doing a bit of meditation, me, I feel like I'm almost at the DMT shit. I've been doing it 9 months. Fuck off. I love you too, Agora. Prefer mushrooms? I've not had mushrooms yet, and everyone keeps, well, not everyone, but a lot of people keep saying go to the mushrooms, especially if you want to rewire your neurons and actually change the way your mind works and change the way you think, it's respect to Goro. But yeah, mushrooms and LSD, different lens in it. Terence McKenna used to say, if you want to talk about or debate DMT, unless you've sat in a room, in a pitch black room with 5 grams or more of psilocybin, there's no debate. You don't know what you're talking about. Now, obviously, DMT is a little bit above that, but that's the bare minimum. So what Terence McKenna used to say, you're going to sit yourself in a dark room with 5 grams of psilocybin, and then we can have the conversation about DMT. People might wonder, well, why psilocybin from DMT? And it's because they're all extremely similar molecules, all extremely similar makeup. It's just a slightly different lens. Lens is the layman's way of putting it. It's a fucking lens, you know what I mean? But if you imagine a telescope or a camera, see it in black and white, change a lens, it goes to colour. Change a lens, it goes to negative. Change a lens again, it goes to infrared. Change a lens again, you could do thermal, you could do ultraviolet, you could do all the fucking full light spectrum just by changing the lens. These lenses we've got are only capable of seeing the physical the way this small brain can actually process it. Once you change that lens and actually see the physical in what it truly is, in fractal geometry, it's geometric patterns, fractaling, holograms, you fucking name it, becomes a lot harder to process. But in changing that lens, changes the vision. The shrooms for the first time yesterday, didn't feel nothing though. Again, Oscar, you got a question, what mushroom are there? How many grams you actually took? Yes, you want psilocybin and a minimum of 5 grams. Sound healing, microdosing mushrooms. Can't wait for the aliens to come be our star. I just want to chat with them right now, mate. I want to know where it all came from. Are we here? Are we here because the mycelium's here? Or was the mycelium here put here so we could come here? That makes sense. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're going to make a pond for fish, you put the fucking water there, don't you? And then you put the fish in. But the pond could just come naturally and the fish come down river on their own. Why not actually here? Why is the mycelium here? Why does psilocybin do what it does? Why does DMT do what it does? Do you know why we're so shit at having a girlfriend, Agora? Is because half of them are sheep. Sadly, half of them are sheep, and when you do find one that you connect with, she's fucking either 300 or 3,000 miles away, mate. We'll find them in the end. We'll find her in the end, mate. Morning, Green. Happy Wednesday. 222 billion market cap. Right, Oscar, you need more than that, mate. 0.7. Is James going? See, James. Sorry, mate. I missed that comment. Got a dash. Laters. Stone Date Theory. Stone Date Theory, Ella. Oh my days. Love it. Love it. Honestly, though, do people really think that apes just climbed out of trees, made a spear, and started killing buffalo? Or mammoth, whatever the fuck was there. Do people actually believe that? Ooh! Ah! Oh! Baby! The fuck? It's more likely they ran out of trees and fruit, running through the field, noticing lions and shit taking down other prey and eating meat and thinking, yo, something else to eat here. Try and do that. Can't catch a fucking buffalo like a lion can, but they can catch the poo. Walk past the poo that mushrooms are growing in. What happens to a fucking ape that does a DMT trip? Go and watch Paul Stamets on it, because like I'm legitimately repeating what Paul Stamets says. But it gets imagination, creativity, courage. It gets leadership qualities. It starts to evolve. It's crazy. Right. DMT. Molecule. Psilocybin. I wanna show you how it's all connected. Connected. Oh, there it goes. Alright, save that. Save that, motherfucker. Come on, motherfuckers, come on. Come on, motherfuckers, come on. Come on, motherfuckers, come on. Serotonin. So the serotonin that we all know, dream states and all that shit. So let me just so serotonin is a chemical that has a wide variety of functions in the human body. It's sometimes called the happy chemical because it contributes to well-being and happiness. Scientific name for serotonin was 5-hydroxytryptamine. Tryptamine. Yeah, or 5-HT. Tryptamines. Someone's all right saying, oh, serotonin's all right. There's tryptamine in it. It's not bad. Tryptamine. But then you look at the actual molecules, guys, and this is why it's, you talk about connections, right? Look at serotonin. Serotonin to psilocybin, or psilocin, which is in psilocybin, to N,N-dimethyltryptamine. Right? Notice the base molecule is almost exactly the same. It's just the bonds at the top that differ, right? DMT needs to be vaped. It's missing a molecule there, OH. That's like the inhibitor. So when you do ayahuasca, they put DMT in ayahuasca with another plant that introduces that bond. There, it bonds at the top so you can actually consume and eat DMT, and the inhibitor in your body is then inhibited by that bond. Isn't it interesting that psilocybin is exactly the same? H3CN, H3CN, CH3, CH3, NN, NN. It's just got the oxygen inhibitor. It's the same molecule, guys. DMT to psilocin. Except psilocin can be eaten. DMT can't. That's fundamental fucking rules of the sandbox, that it's got to be, hasn't it? Like, how do we get these mushrooms? Just find some, go on Google and find out the names of the actual mushrooms that contain psilocybin. The biggest in the UK would be Liberty Caps, but there is Psilocybe cubensis. Psilocybe cubensis, there'll be a lot in the family. Yeah, we want Alex mornings. I want someone who's on the same level spiritually and ambition wise, Agora. You're not far wrong there. Nice. 300 to put in XRP. Nice. I think that about me cat sometimes, like, Ozai now, not had him long, but look at him thinking like, I was looking at dragonflies the other day and that, thinking about consciousness and plants being alive and conscious and stuff, and the vegans just don't really know what to talk about. The vegan realise some plants actually have the mouth open and wait for the fly to land on it and then just go, yeah. Just happens a bit slower than that. They digest it in the mouth. They break it down in the mouth. So it's like, imagine you, instead of chewing and swallowing to your stomach, let your stomach break it down. Imagine just letting it all happen in your mouth and it just seeps down your throat. There's plants like that. There's plants that eat fucking plants. It's like... People with OCD don't have serotonin. Many, many moons ago, someone gave me some mushrooms. A little later, a jumbo jet engine started to pass through my head. Very noisy. Both my friends held my hands while I walked. Fucking hell, Rising King. I'm watching Donnie Darko, was you, mate? Fucking Donnie. Have you seen Donnie Darko with a jet engine landing on his bed? That is a sick film. Sick film. I don't want to spoil it, but I kind of want to spoil it because most people won't get it when they watch it. How many people on here have seen Donnie Darko and thought about it with Rising Green's comment about that fucking jet engine passing through his head? Is synthetic DMT the same as DMT? That's an interesting one, isn't it? What is synthetic, man-made? Pablo, ordered. I mean, LSD was synthesized, wasn't it? The history of lysergic acid. The psychedelic drug, lysergic acid, was first synthesized on November 16. So it was first, LSD was first synthesized in 1938. Did it exist naturally before that? Is it man-made? Is it a drug? Is it a natural molecule? What is a natural molecule from a drug? If you can replicate a natural molecule, is it synthetic, or have you just recreated nature? I had OCD after 09 crash and losing my business. I checked the door was locked 20 times a night. Stress could turn your brain to mush. It fucking can. Donnie Darko rising. You ain't rambling at all, Gordo. It's called engaging, and I fucking love it. I love it. Donnie Darko predicts XRP. I miss that if it does. Is the shroom shop any good? I don't know about the shroom shop, but do not order mushrooms from abroad to fucking England. Don't order truffles. They won't get through customs unless you're someone like Paul Stamets and has got a license to actually do medical and scientific research, clinical research on psilocybin and mycelium. You need the license to get it through customs. Whereas if you buy the grow kit and spend 8 to 10 weeks, not even weeks, but a couple of weeks prepping it, and then it's fucking days for the mushrooms to grow once you go in and you're set. But you have to do the cake, you have to do the algae and fucking put the spores in, let the mycelium expand, put the mycelium into the brick. It's called a brick. It's like it's just the growth material, basically. The mycelium takes hold of the brick, the growth material, and then the mushrooms produce on top of that. Don't ask me how mycelium dictates from the spores which mushrooms it grows, because I don't fucking know. You can put mycelium in an oil mound, it'll grow mushrooms that eat oil. You put them somewhere else, it'll grow mushrooms that cater for that habitat and that surrounding. So the cake and the spores you're given will be like, there'll be golden teacher mushrooms, or the psilocybe cubensis mushrooms, or there'll be liberty caps, albino. There'll be a different kind. Don't ask me how it decides which shrooms are gonna come. But yeah, Boo, it's grow kits are the only thing that will be delivered to England. But Donnie Darko, finds out about. Anyway, I'm just gonna spoil Donnie Darko. Fuck it. Just turn the volume off till the thumbs are up if you don't want Donnie Darko spoiled. So volume off and then wait for the thumb up again. Donnie Darko figures out time travel, right? Mooch is about realizing the world's going to end. A jet engine, as he left the house fucking about, when he realizes all this shit's going on, he leaves his house and a jet engine falls through his house. It creates a portal in the time rift and it falls through his house and lands in his bed, but he's gone out, so he's not in bed. But while he's out, he realizes the world's ending. Loads of people around him start dying and shit. And he's like, nah, fuck this. And then he uses the time rift to go back and just stay in bed and let the engine hit him. Oh! It's a sick film. Sick, because the world's ending. Why would he want to watch the world end again? He just go watch all them people die again. Nah, he just goes back and be like, yo, I'm staying in bed. He just stays in bed, lets the engine hit him. Sick. Volume back on. It's a sick film. Don't trust the LSD. CIA used it in operations. Right. CIA have used LSD. So's Wall Street, so's Silicon Valley. Microdosing it. CIA actually made it illegal through the military because it was affecting the war in Vietnam. It was affecting the enlisting in Vietnam. Honestly, no shit. All these hippies, the hippie movement and all that, when they first started on LSD and all the mushrooms and shit, they legitimately refused to go to war and kill people. Refused to go to war and kill people. So they made it illegal. In 1968, possession of LSD was made illegal in the United States. It was being absolute joke. 68. And the war with Vietnam was 55 to 75. So right in the middle of the war with Vietnam, they made LSD illegal. And again, I'm rereading documentaries and listening to documentaries and stuff that told me that LSD was a major part of the people saying, no, I'm not going to kill people for nothing. It's literally for nothing. So they made a drug illegal. The hippies were onto something, and you could argue that the hippies actually started the new cycle, or was the start of the new cycle. You know, the Mayan calendar, the 80-year rebirth. So we had a dark cycle, and now we're going through an 80-year rebirth that was 40 years before 2012 and 40 years after 2012. So by 2052, we'll be full on in a new cycle of light, according to the Mayan calendar. Surely it gets better after that if we just make it to there. Let me get it up. Because DMT, you're going to have to find yourself. You want to get into that, you need to research it and find yourself, because it is a mad, rude awakening regarding spiritual awakening. But with regard to mushroom grow kits, Truffle Magic, Wholesilium. Right, there's a few that come up. There's like Magic Mushrooms, shop.com, trufflemagic.com, Next Level Smartings, yeah, cyclope.com. Wholesilium though. So I'm in a few mushroom groups on Facebook and that. Feel free to go and find a few if you want. Mushroom hunters, psychedelic mushrooms, blah, blah, all that kind of shit. But if you come on Wholesilium, that website, Wholesilium, and when it finally loads up, you can get some tiny, nice little tiny grow kits, €28 to produce a bit of mushrooms for yourself. You can there's bigger ones, don't get me wrong. So you see how the cubensis, that's what you're looking for, is the cubensis. So sold out, that one at the fucking top there. Silove cubensis, Silove, psilocybin, psilocin love, Silove. That's fucking sold out, that motherfucker. Cubensis, Silove, Max Kit, €45. Shroomer, Silove, heating mats. And you can go like Google best mushrooms to grow for beginners or best beginners mushrooms, best beginner mushroom strains. It'd be like fucking, mate, Psilocybe cubensis, the B plus, and the Amazonian, the Golden Teacher. Most probably the easiest and most popular psilocybin cubensis strain is the Golden Teacher. So if we go back to that fucking site and find out how much Golden Teacher is, I'll give you a little price off Wholesilium web shop. Mushroom kit. I don't fuck. Are they sold out or something? I used to be able to search on it. Where's the search? There's a surprising amount of shit on it. Oh, damn! They actually sell micro-dosing truffles, but again, your truffles won't pass customs in the UK. I don't know about other countries. Micro-dosing truffles, like it literally gives you a micro-dosing pack. That's pretty sick, that. And the kit will give you instructions if you buy a kit. But you can go on sites like that, everything you need to know to grow the mushrooms. And this is what I'm saying by freedom. It's actually illegal to order mushrooms into your fucking country that can give you a higher state of consciousness. How's that freedom? What's free about that? Neurogenesis, positive thought, channel that chi, focus the mind, expand and grow. Watch everything on 1.5 playback with headphones. Grow that socky grey mass. Intending. Intention to attention. So the good way of thinking about learning and figuring out what attention to intention is. You intend to walk down a street and you put your attention on starting to walk, and then your intention is to walk down the street. You know that street, just going to walk the street. That means your attention can turn to look about a little bit. You're still going to intend to walk forward, but your attention is somewhere else because your eyes are open and you're looking at the house, looking at the bird on the gutter while you still walk forward, and you're looking at there, looking at that. You're about to cross the road, all of a sudden your attention notices a car coming. Your intention is to slam your foot, stop, you let the car pass, and then you completely instantly just carry on with your previous intention of walking down the street, and your attention can then flip elsewhere. Regarding the yogi meditation and the stuff that they're on about, you close your eyes so there's no outside attention, there's no outside influence. Your attention can go internal as well as your intention then. So Qigong healing, for instance, if you had arthritis in your knees or you was having weak knees, you had a little trouble with your knees, you'd sit and meditate, feel your chi, control your chi, your attention's on your chi, and then your intention is to send that chi to your knees and heal your knees. Attention to intention is massive in meditation. And it's one of the reasons I say it's extremely hard to master in just a couple of fucking years. And a Goro will attest to that 100%. That will make my life better from DMT. Ooh, I'm not too sure about my life, but I respect life more. All life. Not that I won't kill an insect that's annoying me still, but I'll give it the opportunity to fuck off a lot more than I would have previously now. I won't eat babies, lamb, veal, baby cows and that. Won't eat babies anymore. It's not fucking right. Imagine an alien race came right now to feed on a human race and we have no choice but to give them food. Who do you think's offering themselves? The grandparents? Going to be like, yo, I'm not being funny, but you eat me first. You're not eating me fucking kids. Or their kids. Not a chance, are you? Eat me. There's me fucking arm. Eat it. Because you're not eating me kid. Who do you think's stepping up? You don't eat kids. You eat the people who've had a life, who want the kids to survive, so the race and the species and the food source survives. What's that eating kids? That's fucked. It's a weird one of gore. I just feel more connected to nature, the collective consciousness. I believe this is just one part of our journey. I believe in reincarnation. I believe in the samsara cycle. I believe in karma. I believe in the absolute, not God, in the Bible. I think that's corruption and the reason that we've ended up in this world, because people been told like he's give us a rule book to fucking follow. Don't really believe that, because some of the rules are fucked and just not being followed. There's more. I'm lean a lot more to spirituality now than religion. This is a bit of wedding cake. Again, it's got the pepper and citrus terpenes in. Similar to Star Dog and Blue Cookies and that, but a little bit more fruity and an uplifting weed for the morning. An uplifting fucking wake and bake. Yeah, check that link at Agora's shared, guys. It's defo worth a look. Always share for people only get stuff like that off the dark web or real. I bet you could get that delivered to Australia though. Well, like I say, I tried getting some truffles delivered just to try them out. Got a letter off customs saying that we've withheld your product. If you show up with your clinical license, they actually said, like, they had another word in front of it, whatever the clinical word is, like archaeological license to go to fucking Egypt and dig up and shit, whatever it is, to forage mushrooms for scientific research. It was a Summit clinical license, can't even remember. Like, legitimately, if I knew Paul Stamets could have gone and picked them up for me. Do you know, it's that kind of thing. Whereas if I'd have just ordered the grow kit, apparently it would have come to me and I could have grown my own. So it's one of them, innit? You'll have to check on the forums and that, see if they've been delivered to Australia, and it's likely just going to be the grow kit, not the actual mushrooms or truffles. Truffles are apparently easier to swallow. I've never ate mushrooms, never ate truffles. I don't know. They are psychedelic, Agora. They're exactly the same as the mushrooms per gram. They're just a different texture, different shape. It's more like look, I've not held one, but what it looks like online, it looks like more of a fucking mushroom brownie. If you want to have it like that, like a little mushroom cake. Do you know what I mean? But weird shaped, because you've not fucking shaped it and baked it in an oven. You've just again put the spores down and a truffle grows. So I don't, mate. People have to look into it. I'd love to have a retreat in the UK one day where it's all legal. People can come. Oh, damn B, you asked that. You did, mate. And I did remember. And then I forgot. And you've just reminded me. Fuck, I closed the tab. Fucking hell. I was going to say, I even had the tab open. Shit. Go back to that one. Back a page. Back a page. Fuck, I can't go back another page. Where did I have that open? Why or back a page? Back a page. Lenovo. Decentralized podcast. Lenovo. Coin loan. Fucking coin loan. News. Where the fuck's that? There we go. There we go. 20 hours. Right, well, let me go back a little bit. Right, so this broke 20 hours ago, and you was asking a question about 24 hours ago. Innit? Like, you legitimately originally brought that up 24 hours ago, Dan. So, more than four... Here, baby. I'm not, like, I don't know if this is it, but more than 14 million XRP deposits within the first week of listing on CoinLoan. On the 1st of June, Ripple XRP became officially listed on the CoinLoan platform. Within a week of the listing, users deposited more than 14 million XRP tokens on the platform, making CoinLoan the leading cryptocurrency lending service that uses Ripple, according to the company. Users who deposit their Ripple tokens on the platform can benefit up to 5.7 APY and take out loans with XRP as collateral. This is the reason the company considers many XRP holders to choose CoinLoan. I'm not saying this is it, but providing liquidity on an individual level, the benefits of users' choice for CoinLoan platform are evident. However, these 14 million XRP tokens do not solely come from individual users. There are miners, cryptocurrency exchanges, and OTC platforms that contribute to this number as well. The reason for that is clear and evident: the ability to maintain liquidity for all parties. CoinLoan elaborates through partnerships with several established entities in the cryptocurrency industry to provide traders and miners the ability to trade, stake, and hold. CoinLoan is on a mission to make cryptocurrency lending as easy as possible, and by doing so, have the opportunity to change lives where interest rates are negative and access to monetary funds are limited. Cryptocurrencies offer a solution, and thus it should be available to anyone in the most straightforward manner possible. I'm not saying that's the spike you're talking about, but it did interest me, Dan, that you mentioned that yesterday. And all of a sudden I'm hearing about 14 million XRP being sent to a new platform. Is that new addresses? Do you know what I mean? So there's that platform creating new addresses. You have to look at CoinLoan and the addresses, the pools, how many is there. Try and chase the ledger charts, XRP Explorer for new accounts and stuff. Said before, if you look into them charts more, you will understand it more, and there's a hell of a lot and pretty much all the information you need there. It's just hard to follow at times, and you're investing your time at the end of the day, aren't you? And you've got to do it at what you're more interested in. New Zealand, I'd love to go New Zealand. Do you know what? I love the hacker me. I fucking love that. I think it's fucking great. I think it's epic. Especially when you see it done at funerals and stuff. It's so powerful. It's extremely fucking powerful, that shit. Goddess religion, Makala. Yo, Agora. Do you fancy helping me, Agora? In loosely working with me and being credited on one of my races and cultures in me animation, like a culture within like the Pacific Islanders of my story. my Kali mantra. Sick some of this shit. Yeah, I've always wondered if the CIA are involved in this adrenochrome shit. You know, the whole of CIA, like everyone at the top knowing about it and how low down it goes. I always think like the system's being run by corrupt evil bastards. How many good souls are within the system try to tear it down? That's what I'd love to know. Creepy crawly spider scorpion snakes. You can fall in a bush. That's mint, that. So what's good about England? Kind of like killed everything that could kill us. Try to go vegetically system before the winter. Is that the winter solstice? Boo. Vegas in the house, booyah. Bit of Cyborg there, mate. Love it, love it. Oh, the DC fan in me just went, ooh. How come I'm falling a few bushes with you, Alan? Not like we're gonna roll around though. We just chill, yeah. Bush and chill. Read the Vedanta Brahma Sutra, the commentary I design. It's everything you say. Talks agreement. Oh, it's sick. I need cultures, and I need people who know about the cultures in a way that it's not gonna take me fucking several weeks to several months to research each culture, and I'm having to do several cultures. If I can just bring people into the team and be like, yo, this, that culture, because I'm only going to have a couple of characters out of the culture at first. I just need to know where they come from, what the beliefs are, who the gods are, because they're all going to be spirits in the end. But yeah, they're going to believe in the different and original gods, and it's just going to be known in the end that they're all the fucking same. It's just spirit, it's consciousness. Morning, Gary. Latest, Agora. Pleasure as always. Yeah, the elites do it in the rituals, and we're still yet to find out exactly who it is. Thought it might have been something to do with PayPal. It possibly could, Dan, but PayPal and everyone refusing to comment, that's nothing but a rumour at the moment. It's always like, Alan, understand, mate. Yes, all there. Yeah, avoiding chlorines would be hard if you want a pill. You're definitely in an awakening now. It's the Mayan calendar. It's flicking to a cycle of light. Truly believe that. Planetary alignment. What, this solstice, boo? Never seen before or never recorded? Like, obviously, in a cycle, in the last millions or billions, it must have happened before, like, but just not in, like, recorded history as this alignment happened. I need to know about this shit. Where are we going December the 20th? We're going to Stonehenge for that. Mate, are we camping at Stonehenge for that? December 21st. Bring your stoves, it'll be cold. I'll speak to Danny. He lives on the road. He'll know where they can go, where there's already a little set up fire pit. He went Avery Stones not long ago. That's not far from Stonehenge. And is it Salisbury Hill and all that? Never seen before, ever. That means even like Galileo and all them, they've not even seen it. Or even the ancients. There's no record. What do we search to find this, boo? December 21st. Solstice. Planetary alignment. The great conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn. By autumn, the two planets will appear to be on a slow collision course with each other in the constellation Sagittarius, but it's in December that its very close alignment of Jupiter and Saturn reaches its culmination in the constellation Capricornus, low towards the southwest horizon, separated by a mere 0.1 degree. Yeah, Jupiter and Saturn are going to appear soon in the night sky if they're not already there for some people. You can already catch Mercury and Venus in June at early dusk and dawn, respectively. Second half of the month, Jupiter and Saturn are rising earlier in the evening each day, maybe up before bedtime by mid-month. That was on June the 1st, so they should have been appearing now, just before people go bed. We're following. Oh, I think the telescope might have to come down. Are we going Stonehenge, December 21st, and I'm bringing my telescope? Are we getting on it? Morning, Scott. On the Greg's Brecker. Nice. Get a cappuccino. Fair trade cappa. Ooh, quality cappuccino, right? I don't care what anyone says. It's one of the best. Yeah, pills aren't cheap, man. We used to build them. Dad used to service them. They're not cheap. The absolute will nurture Agora if you're just fucking open to it, innit? It's asking for. I truly believe in the Samsara scripture and asking for guidance rather than praying. Do you know what I mean? Praying, you're asking someone else to do something. You don't do that. It's like, give me guidance, show me the way, show me the right path, the righteous path. You seen Solomon Kane, the film? What Solomon Kane? The minute that fucking Reaper turns up, you're like, yo, what the fuck's this? His voice is just epic. He's like, I am the devil's Reaper. Like that kind of voice, mate. Like proper. I should do voice acting, mate. XRP's go to Jupiter's moon, never mind our moons. Go to fucking Neptune's moons. Go to Pluto. Interplanetary asset to Pluto by 2120. You heard it here first. Yeah, the suffering, pain, illusion. Wanting shit leads to suffering, doesn't it? Boo's still in the house, innit? Let me see if we can get YouTube up on this lap here. It's fucking hot to have a laptop out in this though. It's baking. Let me swap the camera and the laptop. Let's make some fucking room in here. Oh, the fucking Ethernet cable. There we go. Power on, mate. Power. Yeah, Nirvana. But this is what I mean, like, to you can't reach Nirvana with earthly desires, can you? So while you still want to do stuff on earth, you still want to experience stuff, and you still have attachments, you're not going to break out of that cycle and go to the heavenly realms for eternity, as some would suggest. It's one of them, innit? What level of consciousness truly has to be achieved for true enlightenment and nirvana? You met a bird from Newcastle that spoke like that. Keep rolling. Nah, but seriously, like, watch Solomon Kane, and when the Reaper turns up, talks like that, he's like, I'm the devil's Reaper. I'm here to claim your soul. Your contract's done. Solomon Kane's like, yo, what you on about, mate? I made no contract. I made no deal. Reaper's like, yo, you've been murdering and killing people. What you on about? You're coming with me, mate. Coming to hell, yo. And then Solomon Kane gets away and goes on an epic journey of right, like, puts himself on a path of righteousness. Sick film. Sick film. Chosen by the absolute. Agora, there you go. You want some divine intervention and guidance, mate? Just get on a righteous path and you will be nurtured, just as Solomon Kane was. Right, let's get this YouTube chabizzle up. We've got OBS on here, haven't I? Sorry, we're having trouble getting your pages back. I'll just open the fucking internet then, mate. YouTube. Right. Go live. Love for media. Just reuse the settings. Fuck it. Give me the page. Give me the page. You know, anyone who's sub to Love for Media might be about to get a notification that we're going live at 12 o'clock. I won't be doing. Legitimately just showing this now. So, let me get software up. I need OBS up. Are still here, boo? Let's show you how to go live. Or I'm going to show you my settings. Watch that, guys. Get the link saved. You'll have to send me the links on WhatsApp, boo. Right, let me find installed. OBS. So different now of launch. Now I'm on Linux on my laptop. Ubuntu, it's a little different. Not entirely used to using it. WebSockets failure, don't care, mate. Close that, close that. Right. So, just for the next 5 minutes or so, I'm going to show people how to go live on YouTube through OBS. Your OBS settings, mostly, you can do yourself. This is a Linux version, but it'll look the same. Let me just close this page, close that page. Could do without being might not be able to see it that well, but let me see what I can do. Let me close that and use that one. So basically, you come on YouTube to go live. This is the page waiting for you to go live. So when you're on your page, create in the top. Let me just. We're going create. Go live. This is the page. It's easy to get to. And I just want to point out that the minute you start YouTube channel, these days, you can do this straight away. You just can't go live off your phone until you're at 1,000 subscribers and it's eligible. So we're just going to, again, reuse last settings. This notification is going to end up coming back through, but just so it's not 10:30, we'll move it down to 12-ish. Create. So that's all your information about your stream, basically, where you want to title it and stuff like that. You then on here, you can make it visible, but you don't want anyone else to have it, because whoever has this stream key that's hidden there can go to OBS, enter that stream key, and stream on your channel whenever they want, right? So you keep that hidden, but you're going to copy it, and then go to OBS. Right, there's your OBS. That is in studio mode. If we turn studio mode off, it goes to just 1. The difference is, whatever I add to this box here now, for screen capture, a mic, desktop audio, video capture, whatever you want to record, you put into there. So you can see the mic's picking me up. It's recording the desktop because I've got video capture device. Would be a camera, but that's not plugged in at the moment. I've got desktop audio and the screen capture. So it's capturing the screen, capturing desktop audio, but there's no actual mic in there. So it won't record the mic for me. I would have to go add and then audio input, find a microphone and then link it in there and it'll come up here. If I add studio mode on, I can prep the left screen with all this stuff and it's not on the right live being streamed out until I click transition, boom, and then it'll come to the side. So if I change this, take off screen capture, it shouldn't have gone on the transition until you click transition like that, and it actually didn't. I want to bring it all back. Transition, and it's over. That is how you'd bring an intro in, or you'd show a little video during the stream. You could just introduce media, transition, the media would play, and then it go back to what it was, the state it was at before you transitioned. We come to settings down at the bottom. Stream settings. Service, YouTube gaming, primary YouTube, ingest server. The stream key, which you copied from YouTube, which you don't want other people to see. You're going to apply it when you've put them in and then click OK. Output, streaming. I can't remember changing any of this really, but I would have done. And it's basically just CPU usage very fast. The bitrate is 2500 kbps. The rate control CBR. So again, like just make a little note of this if you're unsure. We've got the output modes advanced, so all that actually shows up. If it was on simple, we wouldn't see as much. X264. Again, audio. Desktop audio default, disabled. It's up to you. You can... I've not really touched any of this. I'm going to be honest. I can't remember changing any of the audio. Video, 1920 1080, so it's HD. Aspect 16:9. Bilinear, fastest, but blurry if scaling. Sharpen scaling. Again, not touched that. I can't remember touching that, so I'm going to leave it on it. The common frames per second value is 30. Hotkeys advanced, not really needed. General, don't really bother. So it's stream, and stream key is the most important part. Once all that's done, I actually didn't make a change, did I? Just because I fucked about, it's asking me to apply, but I'm not gonna. Just press OK. We'll come back out. But now if we start streaming, you can either start recording or start streaming. It's set up with the stream key. We're going to click start streaming. Back in the day, a few months ago, that would now be streaming already on YouTube, just doing it. But here you see now it's connecting the streaming software. So it's waiting for the signal off OBS here now. This is where you probably start getting the notifications and you can get a couple of viewers popping in before you actually go live. Bear in mind, if you put it on a timer, you've still got to click go live in the end, which is up there, go live. I mean, have I got the wrong? Do you know what? Let me just stop that a minute. Whoa. Why is there 2 different OBSs open? I thought I closed one. I'll just stop streaming because I might actually have. I might actually have the other one in here. It might actually not be that flaming key. Copied. Apply. Okay. Start streaming. Now it is the stream key. I would have had the love for crypto. Stream key would have been in OBS or something. Or there's something going on with the laptop. No, there it is. It's popped up ready for me now. I know it's not the best thingy because I'm zoomed in. But yeah, we're gonna do some of that taking calls. With Ezzy being on nights, can't really be in the house in the morning making racket, doing a video. But when I get back from camping next week, I'm gonna do some zooming. So basically now, boo, we're ready now to just click go live, and Love for Media channel will go live with what's there. There's the preview waiting to go live. So if I actually change my minimize that, that's a crazy delay through OBS, innit? Did you see how long the delay was through OBS then? The delay through my phone is a lot less. But it's basically just, it's not live on YouTube at the moment. It's ready to go live when I click that button in the top corner. There's a link you can send out to bring people into the live stream. Interesting. I'll have to talk about that. And then, in fact, Boo, if you're coming over Saturday, we'll have a chat about that on Saturday. I'll turn this off for now because it's legitimately, you're ready. That's good to go. That's good to go. The only thing we're really missing, if we come here, is like video capture. Video capture device. We're going to add a video capture device. Add existing. That video capture. Okay. Show it me, baby. Is it there? If we get in trouble like that, we'll just take that off. Take that off. Because we've got two of the same thing on here now and it's not showing me any video capture. So if that happens, I'm just going to go back. Boom. And we'll have to create a new one because then it will show us. Video capture device. Create a new one. Okay. There's the camera looking at me with the camera looking at this. We're going to go, oh, okay. And then it comes in. And you notice it's not on the left screen yet. It's not on the left screen. It's not transitioned. I've not come into the picture yet, like I say. So we're going to set this. And we're going to hit transition, boom. And then it's there on the main screen. Which means if we drop that, it'll be on that screen in a minute when the delay's gone. There we go, boom. And we've actually got a concurrent viewer, like someone waiting. Come to Love for Crypto, bro. We're not going live on here. So basically, we go back to OBS now and stop streaming. Make sure you stop the OBS after you stop YouTube as well. Close that down. Like, end the YouTube, then go to OBS and stop the stream. Go into YouTube, and that's going to end now, and boom, we're done. We went live, or we went live. We could have clicked go live, I suppose, but we didn't. And that's basically it. Updates are available for computer. Install them. Why not? Oh, it's getting warm in here now, guys. Jesus, wet. I hope that helped, Boo. If it didn't, let me know. And as soon as I can do one in the house in the morning, I'll do a better, clearer version on the PC. Turned into an OBS tutorial, sure did, Scott. We've got to take Ozai to the vet today, so I'm gonna have to go in and start getting stuff sorted. But I don't think Ezzy's not on nights tonight, so tomorrow morning I'll think about doing it on the PC and try and get someone on the channel, even a Zoom chat, whatever. Don't really matter. We'll figure something out. We will figure something out. Blazing in the sea can write you off. It can, you know. If you're not used to it, same like drinking in the heat, innit? If you're not used to going out drinking all the time, drinking in the heat will fuck you up. It really, really will. Just mess you up. How long do you think it's going to be? I'll wind down now, get back to crypto a little bit. How long do you think it's going to be until most payments on the planet are machine to machine and not person to person? And in a sense, what I mean by that, I don't mean just the computer sending the payment, because all digital payments will be going through a machine, hardware and software in the end. I mean, when you're setting up payments and your subscriptions, everything you do monthly, all your rents, all that stuff, to just be set once in a ledger with a wallet, and that's it. That machine then pays them for the rest of your days. And all you really have to do is make sure that that wallet is topped up for that machine. So you're no longer actively paying your bills by a standard direct debit. You've got tracking of what your fridge used and spent, what your oven used and spent, what your shower used and spent, what your whole house as a collective used and spent, but also all the individual devices. And they're all just paying for you because you've set it up. Boom, boom, boom. You know, like, at what point are the majority of the payments that we make as a human race just going to be automatically done? The W3C says in the future there'll be no payments. There'll be that frictionless. Covered this in a video as well. W3C. Like, it's not like we don't, not like there's no sending of information now, that we don't send each other stuff, but has the letter gone? Has the letter disappeared? Does anyone say send me a letter anymore? Send it us in a letter, mate. Or do you just say send us an email, PDF, WhatsApp? It's not a letter anymore, is it? You're not sending a letter. And I think what they mean by the way you pay, you're actually paying at the moment. Whereas in the future, the device in your pocket is just going to be able to pay for you, because it's going to know what you took out the shop. Send it in writing. You don't say send a letter anymore. It's send it in whatever format I want. Payment initiation will be frictionless. Payment networks will be interoperable. New business models will be viable. New ecosystems will emerge. We've read this before, guys. W3C payments. This document's the one. It's unbelievable. Web payment plus interledger. Autonomous payments and the Internet of Things. Massive increase in global payments volume. Financial incentives driving new behavior. Micropayments based business models. Goodbye advertising and DRM. Privacy and convenience together. Personal ledgers. Adrian Oak Bailey was all over this years ago. And everyone, like, the fact people still question it. 2030 sounds about a good time. Because, like, there's more Internet of Things devices than there is humans on the planet already. There has been for over a year. And all it takes is for new updates and APIs and stuff for them devices to push the payments through them. These packets of information that are just packets of value. It's quite easy to imagine how it works if everything was just digital. But like we say, you're going to have smart contracts and tokens pegged to physical assets and commodities like gold. So it's all right to buy some gold and own the smart contract, but can you dictate where that gold actually goes in the future? So what is the future of payments? Again, the W3C, what is the future of payments? How will we get there? In the future, there will be no payments. It's not me saying it, although I am saying it. It's the W3C that's telling me that in the future, there's going to be no payments. There'll be no payments. Because in the future, payment initiation will be frictionless, payment networks will be interoperable, new business models will be viable, and new ecosystems will emerge. The future, there will be no payments because payments will be completely ubiquitous. Fucking hate that word. And getting there is to standardize the handshake, the messaging, and the transport. That's what I mean. Online signing is becoming a big thing now, actually signing stuff online and proving your identity online. So that'll go eventually. Like, you won't need the physical signature in pen on a piece of paper. It'll be all right to get it on it. You can sign on a pad at the moment digitally. I've got a drawing pad upstairs. I could do a signature on that if I had to through my PC. Again, I don't need the letter. I need the information. I need the document sent. Need the data on my machine so I can change it. With all the other nodes looking at it and being like, yeah, that's the change we expected. Good shit. Put it back in the system. Boom, done. Contract agreed. Contract finalized. Contract immutable. Elliott wave. We're going to go on a little bit of Elliott wave and Fibonacci. A little bit of Bollinger Bands. Do the simple moving average, you know. I'm going to do a bit of trading, bro. Elliott waves, mate. Yeah. Don't really use them. Kurt did a little bit way back when we was learning how to do it. I gravitated more towards the Bollinger Bands and the moving averages with a Fibonacci. But Elliott waves, trading indicator and tool for me, mate. Unless there's a different Elliott wave. Got a new phone contract yesterday. Name, date of birth, postcode, done. Verified identity. There you go, Gary. It's madness, innit? Phone's probably worth about $1,000. Sent it. Yeah, they only need his postcode and his date of birth. It's got to be him, surely. Not like things aren't just being left round the back during carving and his fucking next door neighbour could collect it, you know. Bit dodgy that really, innit? But it's good. Ethernet RS232 and X25, if that means anything for network interface layer at the bottom of that architecture. Because we've seen that done many different ways, but that's a W3C's version of it. And then the interledger protocol version is SLP. SLP Bitcoin and ... So it's built, it's just a brand new internet for value, and people just need to wake up. Payments are about to disappear. Do you remember that? The 402, payment required. 402, payment required. Payment required. At the moment, you're just getting 401, page not found. Wait till everyone's getting 402. You're not allowed on here. Payment required, mate. Payment required. Thought payments were disappearing. Should you not say transaction required? Practice what you preach and all that, W3C. Let's get this lackey out of fucking sun and heat in the bag, actually. But yeah, the cat's getting his injections, so we need to go and, doesn't mean he's not going till 2:30, but I need to just make sure I get everything I want to get sorted before then. 2030 for mass machines. Who do you think is going to dominate the hardware market in the Internet of Value? IBM wouldn't be a bad shout with how far they're progressing already and with how many financial transactions already go through their hardware and software. The partnership with XLM and Stellar Protocol, that'd be a good bet, wouldn't it? For IBM being one of the corporations to dominate IoT tech, merge with IoT tech, should I say. Lenovo, biggest PC builder in the world, didn't know that till I read that. How far are Apple, Samsung and the rest of them going to get? You'd expect some of these tech companies to be at the very forefront of it with some of the devices that they've been able to come up with, utilising the Internet of Data and creation of apps and stuff like that. You'd expect these companies to be all over it, and it's just lacking information, whether it's NDAs, they just don't want to say much before regulation. Whether they are, they are all just legitimately waiting for SEC confirmation that it's not a security. It's... Oh, Pablo, yeah, wait till you're out. Wait till you're out one day, whoever does the shopping and then the house knows they do the shopping and is like, yo, Dave's drank the last of the milk. Just ordered some. Just a notification that you've ordered new milk. It's on the way to the house by drone. Sounds madness, but it's coming, guys. Make no mistake. I can honestly picture and imagine a day where you're walking down a street. Say you're in the middle of nowhere, Dovestones, the hills, the Peak District, the Lake District, and you're just like, yo, we could do with a fucking kayak here. We got to this sick lake. Could legitimately do with a little blow-up kayak or something, a dinghy. Let's see if the drone delivers them yet. Boom, 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 go on Amazon. Yeah, drone delivery. It's in a fulfillment centre near you. 45 minutes drone flight. Would you like to purchase? And you just go bish, bash, bosh. Sit down, put a brew on, wait 45 minutes, and a drone comes to the side of the lake, drops a fucking rubber dinghy and a pump that you've just ordered 45 minutes ago, paid for like that, instant settlement. And you're just like, yo, let's roll, kayak in the fucking lake. Like, seriously, do people understand that, like, you could be purchasing trainers that get made 2 seconds later for the next minute or so, then they're created right after you made them or designed them and paid for them, and then instantly delivered by a drone, and not one human touches them before you get them. You're the first human to touch your trainers. You're the first human to touch your clothing, to touch the furniture you buy. No more human hands on things, because they carry around germs. It's madness, mate. And it's not just because they carry around germs, it's because they scratch the bum, the nose, the ears and the mouth and don't wash their hands. Many are guilty of it at times. Sometimes you just got to give it a scratch, mate. You can't let it up. It's proper relentless. Shit needs scratching. It's not coming, it's here. Exactly, Pablo. I know, I always think where I'd go. If I could just go anywhere and live anywhere I wanted, build my own little house on my own little land, where would I choose that patch of land? Could the world ever agree to just separate the land evenly between everyone? Is there enough beach space for everyone who wants beach space? Is there enough hills and peak districts for everyone who wants the peaks? Is there enough lakes for everyone to live lakeside with a nice little swim that they can fish in? and shit. Would we ever come to consensus on an agreement where we could distribute the land evenly? For instance, the UK distributed evenly would be 2 football pitches each worth of land. Now, again, is there enough beach land for the people that would want to live at the beach? Is there enough inland for people who want to live inland? Would you get the land in an area you wanted to get, or would you have to leave the country and let someone else come and have a piece of land in the UK you didn't want but they did want, and then you go out and find somewhere else that you actually want and no one else wants? How much land would be spare? How much land would be barren that people didn't want? No use. Sahara Desert, don't want that. And other guys like, what? I can rally on that all day. Damn right, I want some Sahara Desert. How many things would we actually comfortably come to a consensus on if we did have democracy through consensus? If we did get freedom, Gary, like freedom through democracy through consensus, would we ever agree to be free? How many people would need to move to live next to people they want to live with? That racist as fuck question again, innit? Do you think people should be kept to themselves? Do you think certain cultures should just keep themselves to themselves? Well, if they don't want to live like that other culture, you're fucking right to do, otherwise it's going to cause conflict, which is probably why you're pushing everyone together and forcing them to do it when they don't want to do it, because it causes conflict and divide. If we actually got to choose where we lived and who we lived with, I'm pretty sure more Muslims segregated in areas that don't really cater for Muslims would go to a place where there's more Muslims. Like, how much room is there left in places like Bradford and Luton where Muslims congregate because they want their own little culture, and then you'll have an area that's just mainly white people and there's not that many black people have moved in yet because is it just natural? Like, why don't lions live with cheetahs? They're both cats. They're both fucking cats. Why don't they live together? Why don't they just live in harmony? Like, yo, cheetah, sit down, have a scran of this. Like, well, should we catch an antelope together, bro? It's going to be easier. Right. It's weird, isn't it? Would it be a good world with the choices? It sounds it on paper, doesn't it? When you're thinking about it like that, but if you had your heart set on the UK and for some reason the consensus just wasn't giving you that patch of UK land that you wanted, are you okay just taking another? That is like, how do we agree? Do we agree that 50% of the land will remain unowned? So we only have 1 football pitch each in the UK, which leaves more choice for people to have. So you've got half of the land still free for future-proofing it. So if we have more births than deaths, which we're currently having, you're going to need more land in the end. Once a kid reaches 18 and he's like, yo, I'm entitled to some of that land now, reconsents. What you're going to do, like, reconsents every day when someone reaches 18 and demands a bit of land. Oh, he's just died, you can have his. Is that how it happened? Like, you're entitled to the dead people. Try to figure out how we come to a future like that. I think that's why we need 10 years of it just falling to shit. We just need 10 years of it just falling to shit, so it seems a lot easier to do. That's after taxation and revamping the parliament and everything that we come to true. I mean, I want to say segregation, but I don't. Fucking, it wouldn't be forced segregation, no, it would be chosen segregation. It's not that you wouldn't have some blacks living with whites and you wouldn't still have some Hispanic or whatever you want to say race in America. Of course you would. And would I rather live on a Tibetan mountain? Probably need to taste that first, I don't know. Not been everywhere and know where I'd actually want on the planet yet. It's a fucking weird one. And is it okay to be a nomad? What's trespassing? How can a cat can't trespass, but I can? It's alright for the cat to roll and go and piss on a tree, but I can't. Like, what the fuck? What, talk about freedom? Can I just have the fucking rights that a cat's got, please? Like, it's all I'm asking. Now, the rights a cat's got to just be able to go anywhere they want and piss on a tree. Maybe chew a mushroom. You know, and just be free. Division and fear leads to consumption, doesn't it? Yes, Alan. It's like wine gums, wine gums. Wanna buy some wine gums? Midget gems. Wanna buy some midget gems? They're great. And just £1. Next advert. Sugar's bad. Sugar's bad. Sugar's bad. Sugar's bad. But I want the midget gems. But I want the midget gems. How can you eat the midget gems? The sugar's bad. It's going to damage your teeth. I've got to limit sugar. Get diabetes. Blah, blah, blah. Next advert. But Colgate. Colgate fights the sugar. Colgate fights the plaque. Colgate fights the fucking world. Colgate. You've got like the consumption, creation of fear, consumption cycle in basically the same fucking advert sometimes. Do you know what I mean? Within 3 minutes, you've been impulsed to want something, then been told it's bad for you, but then given the fucking solution that says, yeah, as long as you're having enough of this, you can have some of that, you know, okay, just go and consume. Morning XRP talk and speculation from Crumpsall. Spent a bit of time in Crumpsall Hospital. Wish they were better memories. Just fuck shit now. Midget gems, mate. But be careful of that sugar. Make sure you buy the Colgate too. You know, won't be buying all them sweets without buying the anti-sweets. You know what I mean? And then buy the anti-sweets. You know, the fluoride blockers, and get the fucking all the rest of it. Make sure you're on the fucking ball, buying everything. Get on the ball and buy it all. Don't. But that's what it is. Even Marilyn Manson says it. And they call him fucking crazy. Crazy. Oh, crazy's giving Bill Gates humanitarian awards while people are starving once every 10 seconds. It's not right. Do you know what I was looking at the other day as well? I always say I'm going and then I just can't help just covering one more thing because it knocked me sick, mate. And it's like, you're just taking the piss, rubbing it in. Excuse me. I mean, are you taking the fucking piss? This building's worth like 15 billion, 25 billion. The International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor, you know, something that sounds like it could blow the fucking Earth up, cost 25 billion. How about you save the fucking planet before you attempt to destroy it, eh? Should we not be building shit like that on Mars instead of Earth? No fucking looking for fusion and fission reaction. You're like you're trying to create a sun on the fucking Earth. Really? Really? Have you not seen Spider-Man 2? You're not seeing Spider-Man 2, mate. Don't try and make a sun on the Earth. What you doing? It's an international nuclear fusion research and engineering mega project, which will be the world's largest magnetic confinement plasma physics experiment. Oh, how are you so confident you're going to confine that, mate? You got the fucking octopus arms, yeah? Jesus fucking wept. Formed in 2007. The thermonuclear fusion reactor has been designed to create a plasma of 500 megawatts for around 20 minutes, while 50 megawatts of thermal power are injected into the tokamak, resulting in tenfold gain of plasma heating power. Thereby, the machine aims to demonstrate the principle of producing more thermal power from the fusion process than is used to heat the plasma, something that has not yet been achieved in any fusion reactor. So they're going to try and get more energy out of the heat than it takes to produce the heat. That sounds like Spider-Man 2, mate. Step back. Step the fuck back. Consensus, dickhead. Ask me if I'm okay with you doing that. Ask the fucking kid. Oh, you okay with potentially making a sun on Earth? You know. What? Can't go that wrong, can it? What the fuck's going on? Marilyn Manson's a bit of a J. Yeah, they're not. David Icke's not getting the what should we say? He's not getting the fucking hate he used to, is there? I don't mind knowing where's this building? Fucking Europe, I bet you're. Headquarters, France. Oh, lovely, lovely. Fucking stone throw. It's nice knowing you. Yeah, gonna make a fucking sun then. Plasma heating power. That should be built on the fucking moon, if you ask me. Have you seen that building near Mecca? It's worth 15 billion. That's 40 billion in the top 2 buildings in the world. The top 2 most expensive buildings in the world. At a mass to 40 billion. You had the third one, which is in Finland, at 12 billion. Oh, fucking another nuclear power plant. Lovely. Lovely. Get them on the fucking moon. Trillions and trillions of dollars worth of buildings. Just buildings. One's a palace. Saudi Arabia. A resort world. Singapore. People are starving. Spending fucking 20 bill on buildings. Spider-Man 2 is a quality film, Alan. CERN nuts. It's like they're going to open portals to other dimensions, mate. Smashing particles together. Why don't you do that on the moon? Why would you do that on Earth? Build one of them near Yellowstone, would they? But real talk though, why stuff shouldn't be worth that much. We shouldn't have billionaires. Not multi-billionaires that are not while people are starving. It's not right. Right, I've got internet Ripple article. The Internet of Things and the value of the Internet of Value are really the same thing. The key component in our vision is the Internet of Value is the Internet of Things. In digitizing the physical world, it will make sense for devices to not only communicate with each other, but also be able to pay each other. In fact, it's likely that device-to-device payments will eventually surpass the human sort. But when? We're asking. It's not that surprising then that many of the key findings from the Internet of Things report 2015 align with themes from the Internet of Value. In order to leverage potential value from IoT systems, they need to interoperate, which is why we believe open protocols like ILP will be playing a key role. In our analysis, the total potential value that can be unlocked through the use of IoT, 40% of this value on average requires multiple IoT systems to work together In the worksite setting, 60% of the potential value requires the ability to integrate and analyze data from various IoT systems. Interoperability is required to unlock more than 4 trillion per year in potential economic impact from IoT use in 2025, out of a total potential impact of 11.1 trillion across the 9 settings we analyzed. Guys, 2025 crypto market cap to be between 4 trillion and 11.1 trillion. Let's have a look at that, eh? Let's have a look at that in the future. The market cap of cryptos as a whole is going into the trillions. Make no mistake, it's got to facilitate this amount of value and liquidity they're talking about. So, we have to do it on another planet, boo. You can't do it on a planet that's still alive. You have to choose something like Mars that's already died. Or Mars is dying. At least if you go there to try and revive it, terraform it back to a livable habitat for humans and plant life, then you might as well do that as well. Because if you fail in the terraform, you might succeed in nuclear fusion. If you fail in fusion, at least you're not on Earth. I don't think the Greys can stop us doing shit. I think the Greys are just watchers, me. The fucking Greys would stop us using it on Mars. Oh, but the Greys let reptilians run us. If the Greys was going to do anything, they'd have fucking done it by now, I think. If they cared about planets, where the fuck are they? They're letting them do it here, boo. You're saying they won't let them do it on the moon and Mars, but they've let them do it on Earth. That's my point. Where the fuck are they? That's why the Greys, people say the Greys have got no sexual organs, because it's a grown avatar. It's basically sent here from interdimensions to just watch. Otherwise, they'd stop the fucking reptilians and shit, surely. If the reptilians are real. Even if the reptilians are not real, and the Greys are, and would stop us doing shit on other planets, surely they're here now trying to stop our government doing what we're doing. I think we are doing it to ourselves. It's like Star Trek. The Vulcans came, and we're now, and some other alien species is here controlling the narrative, pushing us in the way they want us to go. Again, if you believe some people, the elites are the reptilians, just disguised as humans. It's fucked up. We might get the answers one day, who knows? This is why tracking and transparency is so important, to get these kind of answers, to find out where the shadow money goes at the top. There's clearly money that goes into the US government that's untraced, untracked. It's all from the drug trade, from the CIA and all that shit. The shadow governments, the dark web. That needs sorting out, otherwise nothing will ever change and they'll always still be in charge. Honestly, but if you watch Star Trek First Contact, when we do warp drive in the solar system, the Vulcans notice the warp signature as they pass in the solar system, and they're like, what the fuck? Earthlings shouldn't be at fucking warp drive. Let's go and have a look. And they go and have a look and realise we are. When we're about to venture into space, and they're like, whoa, you ain't ready for space. There's a full-on federation up there. How many aliens do you think there are, bruh? There's thousands just in and around your solar system, so let's chill out. We'll spend some time with you making sure you're ready to go to space. The Vulcans spend 100 years on Earth in Star Trek. Watch Enterprise, the show. So watch Star Trek First Contact, the film with Picard in, and then watch Enterprise, the show. It's only like 4 seasons, but it's very, very early in Star Trek's history. And the Vulcans are there monitoring us, making sure we're not going to fuck up in space. I truly believe it's possible that when we set the nukes off in World War II, and we carried on doing it in the 50s, I believe it's more than possible aliens came down and was like, well, what the fuck are you doing? Shooting batteries at each other and blowing, almost damaging your planet. You're going to kill your fucking planet, never mind yourselves. I honestly do believe that they could have come down then. And then if you take 100 years of us teaching us how to use technology properly, which is where all your TVs, your LCD screens, your internet and all that came from. We actually got, there was like, look, no, you still want a bit of war, but this is the way you go if you want to come with us. And if you take it from Roswell, as when they came, we're about 25 years away, 27 years away from it being 100 years since then. It's extremely interesting and a little bit coincidental, if I do say so myself. Honestly, Gary, they could be like, they could have just been flying past and like, what? Nuclear detonation. There's been a nuclear detonation detected. Nuclear detonation detected 3 years ago, 2 of them. And then there's a couple of light years to get here at Warp Drive. You know, so it takes actually a couple of years for them to come, and then some of them crash in Roswell. Why not? Everyone's like, why not? Mate, Alan, well, if you actually do a little grind and watch the rest of the Star Trek, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at where it fucking ends up compared to where we're ending up. You do know about Discovery and Paul Stamets being on Discovery, don't you? Not the actual Paul Stamets who does mycelium research, but there's a character on Star Trek Discovery ship called Paul Stamets who does mycelium network research in fucking space. And they use a mycelial network to teleport through space, and they have massive big fucking tardigrades in space that do the same. You want to talk about Avatar, mycelium, and Gaia, and Awa, and Star Trek, and all the links between them. Star Trek's full on gone there with a mycelium and DMT realm, mate, by Discovery. They've got the Q in Next Generation, which basically what we are, coming from a collective consciousness to visit this realm and experience it on a subconscious level. Do you know what I mean? We're subconsciously all experiencing ourselves without remembering that we're all one on the other side. Hidden in plain sight, getting us used to it for years. It is, but have a little look. Especially, I think my battery's going dead here because it just went dim. Especially, if you was only going to watch a couple of Star Treks, you'd watch First Contact, the Picard show Next Generation, because that's a good 7 seasons, that'll take a while. But then Enterprise, because that is the interesting one. As shit as most Star Trek fans and that might say it is the most interesting one, in a sense where it shows an alien species coming to Earth and saying, you're not ready for space, we're going to coach you through it. And the humans get pissed off with it. Like, there's a what's it, Captain Archer? Captain Archer's all like, who do you think you are? We're going to space. We're going to fucking space. Who do you think you are? And the Vulcans are like, you're not ready. There's Klingons, there's Romulans, there's this, there's that. They'll take your fucking heads off. And they weren't wrong, but they weren't right. Like, we should have been allowed to go to space. Yeah, the Next Generation comes out years later. And now, if you watch the original series that you was into, Alan, as the original series started ending, they did the movies, didn't they? So they did Star Trek the Motion Picture, they did Rafa Khan, they did, fucking hell, what was the next one? Search for Spock, or was it Search for Spock number 3, or was that 4? I don't fucking know, but they did the Star Treks. And then eventually there's a Star Trek movie. Which one's that? Is the most... There's a Star Trek movie where Picard and Kirk are in the same movie. And then the movies after that are Picard's movies. So the movies merge from Kirk to Picard. Although the shows are fucking 100 years apart, in the movies, through like some time travel mad shit story, they actually meet. Kirk and Picard meet in the movies, and then it's Picard's movies from then on. You have like 4 Picard movies. It's just on a Picard show, mate. That fucking hit me in the fields at the end of that. Yeah, being watched like babies. We're still cavemen. Yeah, we're trying to build a collective consciousness in the physical realm, I think. So what we are destined to become machines. I do believe that. And I believe we'll be, as machines, it's possible we could become more spiritual than ever. Being able to go to and from different realms at will. Because you've got that digital node and vessel that the consciousness can always bounce back to, and it doesn't die. doesn't die. Your consciousness is forced back to the absolute when this vessel dies. And we know off molecules in yogi meditation that you can actually send it there and bring it back while this vessel still lives. So if you can have a vessel that lives and is immortal, you can find a way to go to and from the absolute at will. We basically become the collective conscious here that we are on the other side, but a physical collective conscious rather than balls of energy connected to each other. That might be our beehive. I always say, like, the bees are happy with a beehive. Like, squirrels build a nest, birds build nests. Everyone seems to be happy with the nests, except for the humans. We're constantly building and expanding our nest. When are we happy with it? And I believe it's when we're immortal and a collective consciousness, we will become subconsciously happy and stop striving forward. We will then go out into other dimensions because this one will become boring. Mad shit. Let me get them up before I go on, because I like to let people know. Star Trek movies. Star Trek the motion picture, 1979. Kirk, McCoy, everyone else, Spock. Yeah. Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan, 1982. Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock, 1984. Star Trek 4, The Voyage, 1986. Star Trek 5, The Final Frontier, was 89. Damn. Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country, was 1991. Star Trek Generations, 1994, is the one that it goes from Kirk and Spock and that to Picard then. So that's the transfer in the 90s, early 90s. It was Star Trek Generations in 1994. That's the one with them both in. And then obviously in 1996 you've got First Contact on the same watch. That's the one where the Vulcans show up. They find a guy who gets warp 1. Oh, I fucking love Star Trek. And then you've got the new timeline as well, with the new Kirk and Into Darkness and shit. That's not a bad timeline, you know. I don't mind that, mate. Exactly, mate. We are meant to spend our time in nature and be the keepers of the garden. And I believe something's trying to break through. And there's clearly in this universe, there's more than one garden. And again, like we said to Agora before, going to the DMT realm and feeling like you get some answers. It's far from enough answers. You don't get the what we're here for. You get the who you are and what here is, that it's basically, it could be considered fake. But while you're here, it's clearly fucking real. Trust me, I felt that. It's real. But Grand Theft Auto is a real game, but it's not a real world in a sense. The Matrix, all that bullshit. We need the answers of why we actually came here and what our actual job is. Like the samsara cycle, have we legitimately just put ourselves through a pain illusion, testing ourselves till we break out of it? To the point, I mean, you need to understand that a ball of energy, if it's been on the other side for billions of years, but it's got no concept of time, nothing, and it's just like, what, dude? Yeah, I'll take that challenge. I'll do that. Only like Bob, or is it Bob? Or I can always forget fucking Bob and Roy. It's Roy in Rick and Morty. They play Roy in virtual reality. They live a life as a man, and then he bounces back. He's like, "Where's my wife? Where's my kids? Where's my family?" But Rick's like, "You're playing a game, Morty. You're playing Roy, Morty. You got a shit score." Fucking funny, man. Yeah, Gary, astrology and all that. I subscribe to astrology a lot more and all that now, and astronomy and astrology. Not just the star signs and shit, but the actual spiritual meanings behind where you was born in the cycles and stuff. I actually do subscribe to that now. Not fully, but I question if it's all legit. I do. Yeah, the Star Trek movies are decent, mate, and like I'm a Next Generation onwards man, me. Not that I don't like Respect Kirk and all that shit. Good stories back then, but it's just a little too oldly filmed for me. I like the newer shit that looks better, looks more modern. Like we've gone beyond the tellies they had, we've gone beyond the phones and communicators they had. It looks old already. The only thing we haven't got, what they had, is warp drive, teleportation, and replicators and flaming phasers. Do you know what I mean? And everything else we've pretty much got. Just ain't got the spaceships. Prosper in the privilege of life. Epic, out there. And on that note, I'm gonna go and get some sustenance, break the fast to make sure I survive for a little bit longer. Gotta feed the machine, gotta feed the factory, aren't we? But cheers for tuning in, as always, guys. I think it's extremely interesting moving forward how the Internet of Things is going to impact the Internet of Value. And the true mass volume is coming 2025 onwards. Make no mistake. Don't come to me 2026 saying like, fucking hell, I didn't think it was going to move this fast from 2025 onwards. And I'm like, well, go and watch a fucking... How many times did I have to say it's 2025 onwards for the big gains? We're hoping that between 2023 and 2025, I'm fucking praying that they're a little bit before that even, but let's actually start getting a little patient and looking at it from a logical perspective. It's going to take a little time for it to all be implemented the way true value is going to move through the Internet of Things and Internet of Value regarding the machine payments, per second micro payments for subscriptions. It's time for breakfast, mate. Time for breakfast. I love you all, guys. Really appreciate tuning in. Love the engagement. It don't matter me. Don't bother me if you don't engage. Just love the fact that you're here watching. So yeah, I appreciate you all. Invest in yourself in the Internet of Value. Live long and hodl it. We will see a change eventually, or we'll push for change. Starting with 2030, vote Scott. We love crypto. Love the Internet of Things booming. Love the Internet of Value booming. We love XRP and we love you. Can't wait for the future. Until next time, peace. And I'll see you on the next one. Love ya.